Yep, it's live now.
Okay, let's see if someone is coming. Uh, okay. Would you want to share what last side project you were building?
Okay.
Meanwhile, let's see if someone is connecting.
Yeah, I guess it's already pretty late night, and I guess the folks joining would be really in a mixed state, what I would say. So, yeah. So one of my first early projects was codename Aisha. It's a AI-based assistant which I developed for myself. It's a mix of minimalistic AI with a sort of assistant behavior. As the name sounds, Aisha. So it's based on a web series also known as Aisha,
Yeah.
and that have you watched that?
I don't know. I haven't watched that in particular, but I do remember you telling me about it for like eternity. So I do remember what exactly you're talking about. For those who do not have a reference, he's talking about a person who was not able to talk to a particular girl, so decided to create a replica of that girl on a software, and that's what he tried to do. I would not mind to say that as a side project. That is an entirely that is an entirely different bit of engineering, I guess. But have you ever done something that was not for just fun, but was for some kind of sort of financial gain? Let's talk about that.
Okay, so actually you have misinterpreted the project a bit. It's not a replica of a person. It's more focused on creating deep fakes. So it generates random stuff around. Yeah, that's a different thing. Apart from that, I also do freelancing at a while. I tried it, and the app which I built is called Tambula. It's a game which we in North India it's also referred to as housing. So in which the numbers are being called out one after the other, and you basically strike them off. So if you get all the numbers crossed off in a row or a column, you get some points. So
Someone is doing bit of gambling, isn't he?
uh,
So
gambling is fine as long as it is under control, right?
yeah, gambling. It's just like how people say gambling is not a problem if you win, right?
Huh, it's just perspective. Even crypto is a gambling, and I guess you also do that, right?
I I no, I
Even
do
you
not.
try crypto investing for a while, and I guess that's a major gamble.
That you can, yes, that is a gamble because I lost in it. Actually, I guess everyone is losing. I don't know how people are buying their dips. My money is already my money is already on the bottom floor. I do not have more money to invest in the dips now. Wait,
So
people are joined in. Is it possible to see who is joined in?
yep. So I guess the
Would you
person
be
will be
able
joining
to
the YouTube comment
uh,
section. Yeah,
I comment section live stream? Hey, if
it's
anyone
on
is
YouTube
listening,
as well.
please drop a comment. Give it a try. Let's say because people are telling me that DSC folks. Wait, did you type that?
Yeah, I
How are
did
you?
send it.
How are you typing? What the hell? Oh wait, I haven't logged in. I guess that's why it's the problem, right? Should I log in?
Yeah, I guess you should log in. So that would give you invite access. So in the meanwhile, we also have one interesting friend of mine, Adarsh. So he's also joining on the panel with us. So
What the
Ashish, I guess you left the panel. Then.
what was that?
I guess you left the panel.
Yeah. So actually, I was trying to log in, and then I realized actually that was a bad idea. I got thrown off.
So don't worry. And okay,
Wait,
so
I thought that was others, right? Wait,
yeah,
how were you able to pull that video up?
It's from the control panel. I guess you
Where?
also have that
Why?
access.
I wish I do have it, but I do not have it. I cannot. Please, if it is possible, just come up with your audio, no video. That would be fine. Let's talk.
Yeah,
Others.
I guess that would be perfect. Okay, Adarsh, I'm adding you to the stream. Okay.
Yeah, just close your video and open your audio. Let's talk about projects.
Hi, Adarsh. I guess
Hello.
we have worked together at some interesting hackathons as well. So it would be
Yeah.
a
Yes, yes.
interesting conversation around it.
Come on, I
So
want to
Adarsh,
talk
could you
about a little
please
bit
let
of
us
side
know about
projects.
your side projects?
Yes, Adarsh, side projects. Come on, say something.
Um, okay, so about these side projects, like I personally like don't work on side projects as much. Like whatever I pick up, I try to like give my best to that. So instead of being a side project, it ends up being a big giant product that I have recently like developed, known as Urlify. But yeah, I like each of the times I've been trying to like learn new things. So maybe I like I'm used to like creating projects, but I won't name them as like side projects. They are like just some good learning stuffs that could be found on the GitHub, like in my GitHub repositories. But most of the times, like whatever I pick up, instead of making it a side project, I make it to like a big project or something.
So he's saying whatever he builds is so massive that you cannot term it under side project. I think that's what I got from it. Am I correct?
Kind of.
Okay, great, great. So this Urlify project that you're talking about, would you want to mention who else you worked on it with?
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess I knew this is coming up right
I think
from
the
you.
smile from Raghav is already telling this. Like I've been working on Udify for like past 1.5 year with Ashish here.
That's me. That's me, guys. If you don't know, that's me.
Yes.
Great, great. So I mean,
That's way interesting. Like I personally used Uplify last year, and it has a decent analytics. And trust me, that's something which I didn't find in any of
Let
the
us
product.
know wow, let us know like what are the features that it is missing out of. What's the reason you saying it to be a decent product, not a good like not a better or something like the best out of there?
Okay,
nice. I
so
mean,
yeah, actually you can.
one reason which he is not going to say because we are on live is because the redirection service sucks, right? Because others we know that it is not working fine, right? The redirection getting closed every time by Google and it
I guess
keeps showing.
I would rather say कि I didn't get to invest in the company. I'm looking for equity.
Yeah, I mean, just
Where is
for
the
the
control
guys,
panel?
this person on the left hand side is trying to ask 30% in our startup, and we are not going to offer. You should not do. If you have one, don't offer 30% to anyone. It's not a good idea. Start from 3% if it's okay.
I think it's not like the absolute night right now. So Raghav, you shouldn't be watching dreams. There is some time left for you to sleep and then do this 30% dream.
uh, well, I mean, we can grab him into log snag. It's better. Uh,
Yeah,
sort of
it's a
thing
kind
where
of
we will
a
need core
Android
engineering.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But to be honest, I believe the Firebase thing would have been, I mean, of course, no offense, you did it greatly, but would have been taken much less time with actual Kotlin, I guess. I think.
Yes, but for that we'll
definitely.
have to shift the whole product, like
Yeah,
from being a React Native application to a different stack.
that is true.
I guess if we discuss around the pros and cons of the platforms, I feel the bridge between the React Native ecosystem and the native Android ecosystem, especially with Compose, it is quite bridged up. So
Uh, how it is
3 years
going to
from,
be bridged up?
huh?
Like
Can you come in?
Pardon?
how you are going to like setting up the connection between, like you're saying, like you would be bridging the gap between the native, like React native stuff and the Kotlin stuff using like using something like Jetpack. So I'm just
No,
curious
no.
like how you are going to achieve
Uh,
it.
so that's not
So
what he said. He said is the gap between matlab, development process in React and Kotlin. He's not talking about connecting them.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's what I actually meant. It's like
You mean
the
development?
development cost on the native platforms is way less than that if we compare with React Native. And the performance boost is, of course, we know if the rendering bridge is present, it would have a huge impact. That's gets completely eliminated. Second thing which
It's
I
just
experienced
talking
with
about
Kotlin is
deciding
expect
architecture.
accuracy. Huh?
Nothing, just
Yeah,
giving context because we keep talking and we are not telling people what we are talking about. If there are people listening, they should know what we are
Like
talking
I
about.
have
So
personally not like looked into so much of like Kotlin and everything stuff, but like
just
I've been
try to
following up
expect
some of
actual
the good
ones.
blogs out there, and I've been looking like how the React native applications could be like scaled up and everything in the past few weeks. And yeah, I've seen like most of the applications like I've seen so many like different organizations out there using React Native for their like development process in Android space instead of like Kotlin.
Kotlin, Instagram,
Yeah, definitely. React Native has a huge community base, but when we come to the new Android system, the Compose, I believe Twitter has recently completed their rewrite, and Slack, the most used app by the developers, is also undergoing the same rewrite. They're shifting everything to Compose, and
so
with
I mean the
coming-
platforms you're talking about which are shifting because of scalability issues on a very large basis, right? They now have millions of daily active users, millions every day, right? But for if a side projects, right? This call is about a side project. I think wouldn't you say that it is much more easier to develop, create, ship with React Native as compared to Kotlin?
No, I would disagree with it. The fundamental constructs of React Native are exactly same as Compose. I would say I'm pretty sure that there's a text component
They
like
will be same, right? Compose was created after React Native.
yeah, you can say. And a fun fact: the team which built React was quite responsible for building Compose. So the
Yeah.
fundamental constructs are exactly same, and but the better thing is that Kotlin adds tons of features to it. So it is like React on supercharged, maybe with Red Bull or something like that.
Steroids, right? But okay,
Yeah,
learning curve, Kotlin versus React, which one?
Kotlin is very easy as compared to React.
Adarsh,
Reason being,
Not sure, not sure. Like I haven't tried Kotlin, but yeah, I think like Kotlin being like coming up from space of Java, I guess. Like I'm not sure. Like
I would
Kotlin
disagree.
would be providing much more detailing in like while you are a beginner, you'll be getting to learn much and more concept than you'll be getting to know while learning React or React Native directly. So Kotlin would be a better approach for learning. But if you want to like create like again the same thing, deploy, ship like for a side project, I guess
yeah.
React Native would be much more easier to go for.
But
I
so
guess
you
the
agree that learning Kotlin is easier?
I'm
I
not
guess the
sure,
comparison
but
I'm
yeah,
making is
like I've seen like I'm not sure, but like Kotlin being based on Java or something. If it is true what I'm trying to say, like Kotlin being based on Java, then you'll be getting to know much and more concepts, like the inner concepts, like how the things like threading and everything works, like the inner like
I
core
guess Raghav
concepts.
is boiling up to say something. Raghav,
what I meant was कि we are comparing wrong things as of now. Like Kotlin and React, that's a two different thing. It's like comparing a programming language with a programming framework.
I mean,
So you can
we
compare
from the
Kotlin with
bottom of
Java.
our heart we are comparing Jetpack Compose with React.
Yeah.
That's what we are
So
comparing.
when we go there, so the thing is कि the Kotlin being it's highly like type safe, but on the other hand, it also offers the flexibility of loosely type language like Python and JavaScript. So
Okay,
the concept of
so you
mutability.
saying Kotlin being type safe, right? Sorry for interrupting, but if you could like combine React Native with TypeScript, then I think it is going to be a deadly
Definitely,
combination.
that does offers that type safety. But when it comes to, let's say, you want to provide some specific implementation for a specific architecture of device. Let's say I have a device x64. Okay, I have another device which is ARM based, or maybe someone like with an Apple Silicon based, and I want separate functionality for each of these three architectures. With React Native, you would render the same code base, right? You cannot perform specific profiler rendering or optimizations.
I think guys,
I
we are
agree.
getting off. I mean, this debate of which programming language or framework to use might go very long, but I don't think so. That should be the topic for tonight, because I thought that when we are going to come here, we will think about the side projects that we have built, and the one which we have quickest built, the one we have, the one which is the best project that we think. Starting Adarsh, tell me which is the quickest side project that you have built and the one which you enjoyed the most. Two of them.
Okay, so again the same thing. I have not built any side project, but yeah, I would say Unify is going to be the project that I created like the quickly. Like we almost like prepared the prototype for that in almost like 6 or 7 days. Yeah, that
That was,
was
are you talking about the previous website which was created using EJS?
no, not
Which
that one,
one?
not that one. The version that we created like after like shifting Unify from that EGS structure to like MERN's application, I would
Hey,
say.
wait, I do remember it took us like entire November, like December and mid January.
But yeah, I'm also sure like it did take like around 1 week.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the quickest project that you worked on, right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes,
Raghav,
that brings me up with a more interesting question for Ashish. So, whenever you like, what is your getaway thing when you are done with code? Let's say, what is your getaway plans after you're tired
get
or
away
done with
plans with?
after you are done with your work?
I mean, that's the point of being a programmer. You are never like away from your work. For example, if I am away from my work, I wouldn't want to go out and hang out with my friends. I would rather, I pick up something out of my Notion and try to create it out, or call others or call any other friend and say, okay, now let's create something like this. So a programmer is never off duty, right? Even if we are, even if we are having a free time, I think it would be spended by coding. So I'm never not coding. I don't know about you guys.
Okay, so that's a interesting insight. So, okay, so now Ashish, Adarsh, tell me one of the most challenging thing which you faced. Like I remember you were talking something about the AWS deployment, something like that. So, what is the most challenging thing which you encountered in your journey, or which made you scratch your heads?
I mean, if you want to talk technical, then you should ask Adarsh. Adarsh will answer the most technically difficult problem
If
that
you
we
want to
faced.
talk technical, so like if you would talk about the most hard problem that I have faced till now related to the development process, there are going to be so many in my case. First thing that I am like kinda scared of, but I always get caught myself indulge in that is the animations that I like need to create with like CSS, and that believe me that are not the simple animations. And the most hardest thing that I have like implemented till now was related to when I was trying to deploy a SageMaker notebook to a AWS Lambda. So these were the things that I like felt like worth doing it, and I like personally learned a lot, and I'm not going to forget it anyhow because that was really hard for me to achieve. Raghav, I would
And
also like uh, to know about to know the same. to know the answer of the same questions from you.
I,
Like,
I I
what is
didn't
the
got a
hardest?
chance to.
I
So
guess
you
Ashish,
would
you can
be
go ahead.
getting. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, snatch that, and so I mean, technically, others explained the hardest problem that he has solved, but for me, I will believe that the hardest problem is not technical. It is that when you're building side projects, right? Because I'm trying to refer everything to side projects. So the hardest problem is that you work on something, right? You are working on something whole day, and then you see that it is just you and the person you are working with, and no one else is actually showing interest in it. Then you wake up next day, and then you again go back, start developing, and it's all you and your friend, and no one else is showing interest. So you have, this is the hardest thing when you are creating a software. You keep developing, and you are alone, and still every day you somehow find that motivation, sit on your desk and code. So I think that is the hardest thing that I've faced, because there are um, no quick feedbacks that you are getting, no quick adrenaline, right? So you're not getting that, but still you are just following a routine and doing it. So that is the hardest thing I said in building a side project. That was very complicated speech, I guess. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
So
a minute.
it is like for me, the journey has been like quite synonymous. I could very much relate with all of these things, but with me, I did face a bunch of challenging issues. Like initially, when I was starting out, I didn't have peers, like folks whom I directly know who talk tech, and so initially, I made online tech friends, and that's how I started the journey. And so, seeking help, getting feedback, that's really important thing. And in the process, I did get some really nice feedback from online community. I would say especially the GitHub folks. They are damn awesome. I would say the entire MLH team and everyone else.
Wait, is that how you met Anonymous?
That's a different story.
Okay, not tonight, I guess.
For that, I would say there's a game called Clash Royale, Clash of Clans. If you have played there,
Yeah,
so that's how I met
that's how I met
Anonymous.
Anonymous. So for again context, uh, Raghav
I
here
shouldn't
has friends
control
in
that
Anonymous.
context for now.
It is a very big statement from your side.
Yeah,
And
I don't know. It's getting pretty late. What do you say, guys?
Um,
yeah,
I
I guess we
think
should
I'll have to drop
wrap
off.
this pretty soon. I
Yeah, I
guess for
think
me, this maybe
so.
as well.
But before we go, I genuinely want to ask if you guys get a chance to work on one side project, for you others one big project, then which one would you like to choose?
I didn't get the question, dude.
Uh, Ashish, are you still there?
Ashish.
Sorry, lost you guys for a
Could you
second.
just repeat the question?
Yeah, so the question is, if you guys get a chance to work on a side project, others in your case, a big project, what would you like to work on?
What are the options?
The options are anything that you wanted to create ever.
Okay.
Anything that you ever wanted to create. What would you create?
Anything, something which could like fulfill my needs. Let's say I'll be
Uh,
requiring hundreds of lakhs per month to live a happy life. So I'll be developing a side project that could do that for me.
Wait, are you going to create an ATM machine?
Well, that's not possible, so I'll have to figure out some alternatives of it
Uh,
because that's not
okay.
possible. Like, how am I going to control the currency system?
Others is going to create a money printing startup. What about you, Raghav? Anything that you ever wanted to work on?
I guess I'll find the hard drive which had around 3,000 bitcoins. I read it somewhere. Some guy had thrown his hard disk in a dump and he has been looking for it. So I'll find that.
No, see, great ideas. If anyone else is listening, please do not follow these ideas. They are better side project ideas. Contact me on my email address. I think then we should wrap this up. Sorry for that tongue slip. And I think it's quite late. It's 6 in the morning, and coffee should be ended by now. So we should end this too. What
Yeah.
say?
So it was really nice interacting with you folks, and I hope we
Especially
had fun. I really hope the
thank
audience
you.
had fun.
Yeah.
So with this,
Uh-huh.
we'll meet again with another season of Fireside Chat. So till then, take
What does
care.
it
Bye bye.
mean by another
Good.
season? Aren't you guys hosting another episode?
Exactly, that's what I was thinking because it's episode one already, See the
Yeah,
seasons jump here.
by season I mean episode one is one of the component of Fireside Chat series. We will have multiple seasons like Android Chat series, email chat series. So, I mean,
We might be just a spoiler. We might be talking to the next GDSC lead also. He's one of the person among these three. So, anyways, that's for you guys to guess, and
yes,
we will
I'm
take
the
the lead.
ex lead.
Yeah, I am the current GDSC lead. He is the ex. So now it's pretty obvious for you guys to guess who is the next lead.
We shouldn't
And
reveal it right now, bro.
anyways, okay, I Raghav, I do not have control. You might have to end this.
Yeah, I'm.
By the way, guys, it was nice talking to you. Looking forward to much more sessions like these. Have a good
So
night. Bye bye.
you are the first member that we are going to invite. You are a good talker. At least don't sit idle. So
Okay, thank
thanks.
you guys.
Yeah, see ya. Bye.